Hello, dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. So, Sagittarius, this is your reading for the week of August 23rd to the 29th. Um, there's a speeding up of something. And again, guys, I'm not home this week. I am out of the country, so if the noise, outside noise, becomes too much, I will be pausing and then continuing on. Something is speeding up, something is gaining momentum, so it's like be ready is what I'm picking up. Something is taking off, something is just the initial phase of something, or the beginning of something, was kind of they're saying like steady and anticlimactic. I don't know why they're saying that, but the next phase within this, and again, guys, this can apply to anything like work, finances, love, or whatever. But the next phase of it is going to require a lot from you. It's going to require a lot more energy and a lot of more time being invested into something. So whether it is that, you know, let's say like if we're talking about business, you might become more busy within the next couple of weeks. If this is in love, maybe you're moving from the dating scene into an actual relationship, so it's going to require more of your time. So kind of like that aspect of things is what I want you to kind of like look into. So something is evolving, or something is growing into something more, but at the same time that comes in with more responsibility, that comes in with more time and more energy that you are to put into something. So again, time is and it's not about like you not having enough time. It's more of like, this is the time for that next step. This is that time for the next level. This is the time where things begin to get busy, where it may feel like things are a little unsteady. And why is that? There's a song that says that, like, I'm a little unsteady. I don't know, I can't sing. Something like I'm a little unsteady or something like that. So just kind of ride this wave. There's really nothing that the only thing that you can really do in order to feel more stable and more steady within this energy is to kind of go with the flow. And I know that it sounds so like, are you serious? But it's really the only advice that can be given, right? There's nothing that, the more you try to fight the energy, or the more you try to put structure within it, the more chaotic it's going to seem, or the more chaotic it's going to become. So just continue to allow yourself to go with the flow within this situation. And if one day, you know, the person that you're dealing with, or the situation itself, whether it's work or whatever, requires a little bit more time, or a little bit more attention, or whatever it is, then just go with it. Don't be so strict about needing to stick to a very specific time, right? So like, let's say, usually when I start to read like a book or something, like I'll usually time myself, like, okay, I'm gonna read for like an hour today. And sometimes the timer goes off in an hour, and you know, I'm so immersed in the book that I want to read another chapter. I want to finish the current chapter. So I go ahead, and maybe that one time I allow myself to go an extra 10 or 15 minutes. And it doesn't really mess up like the rest of my day, right? So it's kind of like that is what we're talking about when we talk about going with the flow. So there is that sense for you guys this week, that as things begin to get busier, or as something is evolving or growing into something more, that you allow the flexibility to be present, and not in a sense of trying to stop it or trying to force it out, but instead allowing yourself to kind of honor that space of allowing yourself to be flexible within all areas of your life, right? And when we talk about that, we're, again, there has to be balance within everything. So we're not talking about being in one side of the spectrum or the next. And I just wrote on my hand with the pen everywhere. We're talking more about finding that balance, right? Because if we're flexible about everything all the time, then that does start to bleed, or that starts to affect the way that we set boundaries towards other people. So again, we're not going here from one spectrum to the next. We're finding that balance that works for us by not fighting the things that come naturally, by not fighting that space within flexibility that we all need, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's go ahead. So a lot of you, again, you don't get yourself worked up. Don't get yourself worked up when you start to see business taking off or your calendar filling or something like that. Because there's a tendency here of somebody getting afraid over the overload, or someone getting afraid over the amount of work or something coming in, and like, it's almost like, you know how they talk about, like, they put the carriage in front of the horse, right? And the carriage is not pulling the horse is what's pulling the carriage, so the horse should be in front of the carriage. So it's almost like one of those situations where they put the carriage in front of the horse. So you're putting the weight, or what cannot be moved or what cannot be changed, as a representation of the worry or of this anxiety that begins to build up. But in reality, it's not doing anything other than stopping the horse from moving forward. So it's stopping you from moving forward, because now there's something that is used, like, you know, you can look at the carriage as, you can look at the carriage as a mode of transportation, right? A mode to load certain things on in order to transport them to another place, whether that's yourself or goods or whatever it is. So now the mode of transportation itself is the blockage, right? So needing to put the horse in front of the carriage in order to allow things to flow. So that's kind of like what you have to do, right? The horse, in the sense of, like, that flowness, right? That, you know, sometimes the horses go fast, sometimes they go a little slower, but in all, they keep moving forward, and because they keep moving forward is the reason why they're able to pull the carriage. But now if you put the carriage in front of the horse, he's gonna try to get around it if he can, but for the most part, he's gonna wait until the carriage is removed to then start moving forward. So kind of look at it that way, guys. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull out 3 oracle cards. Now these can be confirmations to the reading, confirmation to something that didn't come out in the reading that you are inquiring about, or simply your advice. So number 28, we have enter the garden of delights. Again, there is this huge energy of, like, a lot more is coming. This is the time for things to really blossom, to really grow when it comes to your life. We have the number 25, beyond the threshold of fear. So don't fear this new chapter in your life. Don't fear that you're not going to have enough time. Don't fear like you're going to be exhausted or you're going to be whatever. We have the number 1 with the number 6, right? So the card is called 1, but the card number is 6. So there is a sense of like, okay, allow yourself to submerge and to embrace this. Don't fight it. Allow yourself to enter this garden of delight. I feel like you're going to be very happy with the outcomes that are coming. I feel that even though you are going to be very busy, you're going to be able to enjoy this busyness if you allow yourself to go with the flow. If you're not trying to fight it, if you're not trying to control every aspect of it, but instead allow yourself to kind of flow in the direction that is taking you. And I'm getting so heavy right now in my eyes. Not so much sleepy, it's just excuse me. So yeah, so there's definitely this sense of like, move beyond any fear. Move beyond any fear that may want to keep you trapped or may want to keep you from this growth, right? Whenever we're in that in a very specific space within our transformation, right? There's always kind of like this little peak of energy that is like, well, can we just stay here a little longer? Or can we do it tomorrow? There's almost like this hesitation, this little quick hesitation of like wanting to be like 100% sure before moving forward with something, but that is all kind of like a delay type of energy. So don't fall trapped to it. Don't fall a prey into it. Just kind of be like, you know what? Yeah, it is time. Like, if everything is being shown to you, everything is being revealed to you that the time is now, that the time is right, then don't fight this and really allow yourself to go with the flow. I feel that whatever increase is coming in, you're going to be able to handle it, as long as you do not get yourself worked up mentally prior to actually getting started, if that makes any sense. Well, guys, that is all I have for you for this week. As always, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. Thank you to all of those that have been donating. It is greatly appreciated. And if you have not liked, share, or subscribed, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Mwah. Love you all. Bye-bye.